quick thoughts?
Well, I think it's great to be here. First of all, if you speak about the Czech Republic against Latvia, it is not only about the Olympic Games qualifying tournament, but it's also about Eurobasket 2017. The winner does automatically qualify for that event as well. So a lot is at stake.
Well said. Good afternoon, everyone. You are looking live here in Lille, France. It's Eurobasket 2015 and a very important game between the Czech Republic and Latvia. The Czechs are being introduced here to the crowd. One player that will not be running out onto the floor is Petr Binda. Suffered a foot injury yesterday. He's going to be sidelined for a few weeks. The Czech Republic played well in this tournament, but they ran into a really good Serbia team yesterday, a team that a lot of people expect to go all the way. But it's been a great tournament, George, for this Czech national team. Excuse me. And they also lost, they lost 2 days ago to Serbia, and then they lost to this Italy team in the classification.
It is not easy for them to get up for this game because they got 2 tough losses, and they have played 9. This is the 9th game in 12 days, actually, so the teams are exhausted. This is the coach of the Czech side, Neno Ginsberg. We spoke to him before the game, and you know, he said that the mental motivation for the game is going to be the biggest part of his preparation.
As for Latvia, well, they took on France in the quarterfinals and fell 84-70, and then going up against Greece, even though they led by as many as 17 points, they weren't able to hold on, and they ended up falling 97-90.
And that also has to be frustrating to them. And my impression is, and I don't know if you agree, I thought that Latvia played the same style of basketball if they were up 17 or they were down 12. I mean, they just did not change anything. And I think that if they want to beat the Czech Republic today, they're going to have to play smarter basketball and just play whatever is needed.
So the Czechs, their medal hopes were dashed in the 89-75 quarterfinal loss to Serbia, and they followed that up with a defeat to Italy. Latvia once again making it to the quarterfinals and falling to France, and then in their first classification round game falling to Greece. So Ainas Bagaskis, the coach of Latvia, the former national team player himself, is hoping they can rally, get that important win today. So we're going to have a pause in the commentary now for the playing of the national anthems.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem from Latvia. Merci, thank you.
So Einars Bagatskas and Nano shake hands there at mid-court. Nano Ginsburg. And the players meet. Now the referees for today's game will be Elita Balasovic of Serbia, Matej Bolthauser of Slovenia, and Milos Koljincic of Montenegro on the left, far left. Serbian referee in the middle, and Bolthauser on the right. So, this is what it all boils down to, folks. A huge game with the ramifications trying to get to the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament, one of the 3 Olympic qualifying tournaments. We're going to take a look at the rosters of both of these teams. And starting off with the Czech Republic, again, they will not have Peter Benda there up at the top, the veteran.
They're not going to have him, and I think it's a big miss there. If you talk about the interior defense, about toughness that he provides for his team, so I'm looking for Pavel Hoška to step up, or with the physical toughness, it could be Patrick Auda, number 5, also providing something in their department. For sure, they're going to need some toughness as far as the defense is concerned.
With the starting 5, no surprise. Well, Patrick Auda comes into the starting 5. Blake Schill, Vesely, Popola, and Sadoransky. And don't forget, these 2 teams have played already in this competition. Latvia took on the Czechs and won it when they played up in Riga and hosted Group D, 72-65 for Latvia. Well, Freimanis started great yesterday against Greece.
I love their front line. It's Myers, Rons, Freimanis, Kaspars, Berzinc, and Martins Meyers. Those all 4 guys are interchangeable, and they have similar kind of skills.
So starting will be Berzinc over there to the far right, and Freimanis. There's Bertans, Janečinacs, and Strelnieks.
No changes there for Coach Bagatskas. The all-elimination phase. I don't know about the group stage, but the same lineup throughout the elimination phase. He goes with his guys, and I think that he also, just looking at his body language, understands the importance of this game. Both teams just want to leave on a winning note.
So the official game ball has been presented now. Janečinacs really came out firing yesterday.
Look at the averages. He's averaging 19 points in the last 2 games. I mean, he's been on fire.
And Vesely, the high flyer.
He's number 1 in the whole tournament in Eurobasket 2015 in double-doubles. 5 of them, 3 in a row. I was writing out his averages there. He had 20 and 13, 23 and 10, 26 and 12 in last 3 games. He's been more than impressive.
And his performance, his offense, I think we've really seen him have an improvement from about 10 to 15, well, a few meters out.
Well, I think that's an understatement. If you look at his field goals in those last 3 games that I just cited the stats, it's 28 for 41. So you're talking about more than 75%. He's been dead on. He really worked hard on the inside shot when you go very quickly, like, for example, the Greek player, Yorgos Printas, he's the master of that shot. But Jan Vesely has worked on it very hard. Don't wait for the contact, just go up immediately over the defense before they set. This is what we've been seeing from him outside of the spectacular dunks.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Lille, France. It's Eurobasket 2015, and it's a very important game between the Czech Republic and Latvia. The winner will clinch 7th place and a spot in a FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament for next year, and also not have to qualify for the Eurobasket in 2017. Well, Berzinc goes up, and Latvia in white push it quickly with Bertans, and Berzinc follows and goes up and draws the foul.
This is not a good start there for the Czechs. They gave up. Shove had a good post-up position, missed it. Berzinc gets the offensive rebound on the other side. Pumpala reaches in, but the foul is not hard enough. And Berzinc's going to have a chance at a three-point play.
So the Latvians in the white, the Czechs in the blue. And Berzic gives Latvia a good start.
3 points.
And Berzic is a so valuable player there for Latvia. He's key man defensively with his shot blocking ability. But we have seen some flashes of brilliance also on offense.
Satoransky, who's been excellent for the Czechs. Now it's inside to Vesely, and that's that low post move where he just keeps getting better and better. Looks like he may have hurt his right hand.
He just goes right around Berzic, goes close to his body, and a great pivot foot.
Trying to shake off whatever that problem was. Maybe he's got a jammed finger. Vesely. And Bertans gets inside and draws the foul.
Actually, it was Strelnieks on the drive, but
excuse me.
No, but he's been so good driving the ball to the basket. Look at it one more time. He just passes by Satoransky, and Satoransky has been able to move his feet on defense from the outside very well. So it is not easy to beat him. He's long. Satoransky is 2 meters tall. I really believe that for both of these teams, the most important thing is going to be the entry to the game, the first 5 minutes. I think that's going to set the tone for the game.
Well, we did see Latvia start very well yesterday, but they just could not capitalize on a very strong position against Greece on a couple of occasions. They built double-digit leads. And you do wonder also about fatigue this late in the tournament, so that's something you have to watch. Now Satoransky floats in, and he's been terrific.
As I said before, he's 2 meters tall, so not easy to stop him on the drive.
Berzic underneath, hoping to get it, and this time it is Bertans, and he goes up strong.
That is what Latvia does so well. They attack you from the outside with all the players.
Now Vesely, quick pass to Alda, and he gets it up off the glass and in.
And that's some quick basketball. It was like 5 touches. It was 6-7 seconds to complete the fast break there for the Czechs.
Well, that was important for Alda. Get a good start here. He was a little shaky yesterday. Now Freimanis absorbs the contact, no good. But the follow-up by Yannick.
You can look at Yannick Chenok. He's 32 years old. He's one of the more experienced players on the team, and he's no more of an outside shooter, but he gets the offensive rebound on that situation.
And already has to be a concern how the Latvians are getting to the boards, the offensive boards. Now Popolov puts it up and in. Good aggressive move from him.
Not much of a defensive game early on here between these two teams.
Now Schulb defends well. You can see Berzic was thinking he could take him to school, but it goes off of Berzic's hands.
And that's a good defense by Schulb. You have to try. This is the mismatch. And Blake Schulb tries to front, and then this is when you force a tough pass. And Pumpula on the drive right here. He's an athlete, Pumpula. When he gets going on the drive, it is also difficult to stop him.
Vesely into Schulb, and Berzic knocks it away.
I thought Schulb could have finished that stronger.
Now it's Freimanis, backs up Satoransky, and it's good. It's a tough matchup for Satoransky.
I thought he did a smart thing of not fouling. They need him on the floor.
Yeah, he doesn't want to pick up 2 quick ones here in the first 2.5 minutes. Satoransky, that's short. And now quickly the outlet to Strelnieks. Bertans feeds it to the horse, and Berzic goes up off the glass.
And that's great ball movement by the Latvians. Just the ball is not sticking to their hands. This is what you need to do if you play the 9th game in 12 days.
Schulb, quick pass to Satoransky, and how did he readjust his body in the air?
I thought he was actually going to go over the top of Berzic. You know what a high flyer Satoransky is. We've seen some spectacular dunks from him.
Now Strelnieks goes right down the lane and lays it up and in. And oh, the alley-oop. And Berzic somehow didn't get a foul called on him. First of all, he was hanging on his jersey. I think the referee must have missed that. It looked pretty clear from up here.
Those 2 fouls right there on Vesely.
And the Czech bench erupted as well. Yannick.
Are we going to see an NBA score 135 to 130?
At this rate, we will, yes.
Good for the fans, though, that turned up. They like to see baskets scored.
Yeah, they like to see some points going up on the board. Satoransky out and out, goes right at Strelnieks. Strelnieks has the ball after the ball being batted by Berzic, and Nano Ginsburg wants a timeout on the next dead ball. Now, again, inside to Freimanis.
2 points for Latvia, number 6.
So timeout called by Ginsburg. Good start here for the men from the Baltics. It's 18-12.
There's one topic that Nano Ginsburg has to talk about is defense. I don't think there's absolutely any problem there offensively for the Czechs, but on defense, both sides are not doing much, and Latvia scoring 18 points in 5 minutes. I mean, this is not going to get it done today.
Yeah, look at that. That confirms it. 80% shooting for Latvia. A lot of points in the paint for both of these teams.
I mean, it is understandable that the players are tired, but you know, I think the defense is going to decide. This is going to be the deciding factor today in the game. Who plays better defense and wants it more? This was the last play.
Yeah.
And it wasn't it wasn't a done. I cannot believe they didn't call a foul on that.
Again, he held his jersey and then kind of got his hands on him there at the end. Anyway, this thing's even out over the course of the game. And to be fair to Leslie, he didn't complain. Just as long as they're consistent, right, George?
That's what you like to see from the referees.
And the strap down low, and now a foul has been called. And it's on Berzic.
He is foul prone. We saw him in the quarterfinals just really battling with the fouls. Actually, against Slovenia, it's the 8th final. We had problems with the fouls.
Shield comes out. Yeti Welsh comes in for the Czech Republic. Patrick Auda backs up for Imanis. Now Welsh. And he doesn't wait. Puts one right up off the bench. And it's in the hands of Strelnieks. And Berzic wide open. He can hit that shot, but not on that occasion. And Pronkula gets it over to Satoransky. Auda goes in, and unsportsmanlike foul called on Freimanis.
And that was a hard foul by Freimanis. I'm not sure if he was going for the unsportsmanlike foul, but he did foul Patrick Auda really hard. Okay, one more time.
Yeah, I don't think he was. Clearly not.
What a hard drive by Auda. He's a hard-nosed player. Not a great shooter from the outside, but when he puts it down on the floor, he's really looking for some contact, drive into the basket. Well, that's a good break there for the Czechs because they just need whatever they can get right now. Get back into this game. They're down 6.
So Auda makes it, plays professionally. He was in Europe, and he was also a player at Seton Hall. He's been playing in Poland. Played at Seton Hall University, which is also Nico Scala's territory, right?
That is correct.
You know, Tony Parker became the all-time leading scorer in Eurobasket history at this tournament. I'm sure that's small consolation for him right now. Surpassing Gallus. A little tangent. Now back on this game, Satoransky backs up Strelnieks. And Satoransky is going to the line.
And this is what Tomáš Satoransky is going to have to do against Strelnieks because he's got size advantage. And he's patient. He was actually driving and trying to lay it in from the left side. Nothing happened. He came back from the right side and draws the foul. If you're Czech Republic and you can get Strelnieks out of the game, that is a huge plus because he does make so much for the Latvians, controls the tempo, makes sure that all the players are involved.
So Satoransky makes 1 of 2.
If there's one aspect of the game that has troubled the Czechs, it is the free throw percentage.
Yeah, they've been pretty poor on most games. Berzic gets it back, and another basket down inside. So a frustrating start here for this Czech Republic team. Now Welsh bumped by Bertans.
Personal foul call against number 9 from Latvia.
Number 1 on Bertans. Here Welsh takes it hard, draws the contact, and the foul.
That was the play where Auda almost tipped it away, but then Berzic kept going after the ball and got the layup. Auda draws the contact and 2 fouls. Sorry, 2 shots.
And look at Patrick Auda just being aggressive there early on.
So Berzic picks up the foul. 2 fouls on him.
Again, it's a hard drive there by Patrick Auda after receiving the ball in the lane. Immediately drives to the basket. This is what you like to see. I mean, this guy provides a lot of energy there to the Czechs.
Korpela takes the seat, and Ruban comes into the game. Wojciech Ruban.
The first reprieve for Patrick Auda.
Auda is playing only 10 minutes per game in the Eurobasket 2015, as we see Pavel Pumperla and Blake Schultz sitting there on the bench from the starting lineup. So he is motivated. He wants to show what's in him.
Patrick Auda makes 12 of his free throws.
If he plays well and stays out of foul trouble, you know, he could be looking at some major minutes here today.
Well, he's got 6 points already. Almost an X factor. Don't forget he's playing because Benda's injured. Stranieks. Fremanis. And Fremanis scores from not far away from the basket.
Fremanis has been just so stellar. I mean, he doesn't do anything fancy, but he just finds a way to score.
Oh, beautiful pass and a nice spin move.
That's why he's just so effective in the lane. I said before, he's shooting 75% from the field over the last 3 games.
Oh, the turnover for Fremanis. What was he thinking about? Just fumbled it away. Ruban goes in, and nice finish for Ruban.
And Czechs just turn it up, and in a matter of 2-3 possessions, they are just really taking the initiative. This is what you like to see, the Czechs, if you know Ginsburg, just playing aggressive basketball.
But that was a silly turnover from Latvia, an unfortunate one. Bertans from the left, and suddenly Satoransky in the open floor, and he pulls it back out. Vesely falls down, gets back up. Satoransky for 3. Good! And just like that, the Czechs are on top. 24-22. And Bogatskas calls timeout.
Well, look at the turn of tides right here. The Latvians just really lost it there on the last 3-4 possessions. As you said before, not very smart playmaking. The field goals are still high percentage there for Latvia and the Czech Republic as well. But, I mean, I think the mental approach, we spoke about it before. Not an easy game to play after 2 losses, but lots at stake. But what team comes with a crisper attitude? I think he's got a lot better chance to win.
We saw that band up there. They've been outside the stadium before the game. Now they come into the arena. This is the 3 from Satoransky.
And this is the aspect of the game that some of the scouts or the experts question about him in 2013 Eurobasket, but he has really worked so hard on his outside shot that he's been able to shoot it with some consistency in this tournament. There's some substitutions there for the Latvians. Janis Blums comes on there at the off guard. And also you got Meyers, number 33.
So Berzic is out of the game. Ruban puts some D on Janacenox, and Janacenox lost it, but good hustle from Fremanis. 4 on the shot clock. He's going to take it in, he's going to put it up, and Auda gets it back. So things all of a sudden not turning on all cylinders here for this Latvia team. And Maheris is going to come in as well as Janis Tima. Auda gets inside again and a little bit out of control that time.
He lost his balance completely.
Blooms. And his bounce pass knocked away by Vesely.
I think if you talk about adjustments, making adjustments defensively, I think if Patrick Auda is driving at you, it's just better to get out of his way. This was the kick ball by Vesely. Very modest. He's got an all-around game. Janis Tima, the best athlete, in my opinion, on the Latvian team, comes on the floor. So let's see what he does today. He can just make some really spectacular plays.
The back cut. He's just 23 years of age, Tima, number 10. I think Maheras is the best athlete. Certainly, he's very athletic. Oh, bounce pass inside to Maheras. And maybe got away with a travel there, but Wojcicki gets the rebound anyway. So Satoransky thinks, no, back outside to Ruban. Ruban drives in, puts it up, and gets it to go.
That is a hard drive there for Vojta Ruban against Tima. Tima's got the size advantage, and he's also fast.
Strelniak drives in, loses it as he gets up, gets it back over to Janis Blooms. Now Tima gets inside to Mears. Oh, strong move, draws the foul.
But if the defense was non-existent there for the Czechs in the first 4 minutes of the game, they had really picked it up considerably. You see the ball pressure, a lot of contact on the inside. That was a good entry pass by Tima. Mears on that situation just got too deep that he had to be fouled.
Right now it's not working though for this Latvia team. Struggling to get points. Auda takes a seat after some good work for him. And the second free throw is good.
Actually, before Mears' free throws, it was the biggest run for the Czechs, 9-0.
Yeah, they've already got 26 points, the Czechs. Not even at the end of the first quarter, although that'll be in 10 seconds. Move on. Now Schild to Wojcicki on the baseline. Soft touch, and the big fella makes it.
That is a quick turnaround jumper by Pavel Wojcicki.
And Latvia just kind of unraveled before our eyes defensively. 28 points for the Czech Republic. They lead it here at the end of one.
Red Foxes!
Well, you've got some high percentages there, George.
Well, I think both teams are going to the inside. You saw only three-pointers taken between these two teams, so it tells you that the strategy has been just go in for the higher percentage shots. It's been somewhat working because even Latvia has put up on the scoreboard 23 points, so you cannot blame the offenses. It's the defenses that cannot play the decisive role in the game today. Latvia's doing a good job. They're on the boards. They have 10 rebounds. Got 3 offensive rebounds. The Czechs only 4. So there's something to be concerned, and the Czechs have to address the huddle there between first and the second quarter. It has to be rebounding, boxing out. Both teams scoring 18 points in the paint. That's really a lot. I mean, percentage-wise, you're talking about good 65-70% of your points coming from inside of the paint. Maybe both Coach Ginsberg and Bagatskis, they will challenge their big men to start patrolling the lane.
This far in the tournament, George, you know, these teams have played several games. Not too many days off in between the games. So they must be feeling it a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. We said it's a 9th game in 12 days. This is not easy. I mean, you're talking about a game load that you will never play with your club team.
Dans ce match de classement qualificatif pour le tournoi de qualification olympique, le score à la fin des premiers cartons Lettonie 23.
Second quarter action underway here between Latvia and the Czech Republic, and Painters has come into the game. He's handling the ball now for Latvia. They're trailing at 28-23 Just battle for 7th place. And second foul there on Tomas Satoransky.
That's an early entry there for Pejnaars. We saw him in the quarterfinal game. He entered towards the end of the game when the game was decided, but now he gets an early run.
Satoransky takes a seat. Jelinek is in the game now. And these are important minutes for him. Maybe with a 5-point lead, not a bad time to take Satoransky out. See the Shield, Jelinek, Huška, Welsh, and Ruban on the floor for the Czechs. And good drive. They're not going to count it.
Against number 7, Wojtek Urban.
Wojtek Ruban just reaches in on that situation. He doesn't like it, but let's look at the drive one more time. It's Meyers.
And now the ball goes back over to the Czech Republic. A block
Called on number 5, Marek Mejeris.
on Mejeris. So Marek Mejeris. Now Ruban just behind the stripe and drills it. Boy, he's really come out firing, hasn't he?
And I think the Czechs been just doing a good job of running through their offensive set, just making sure that Latvia has to play some defense.
And Pejnaars gets in, and good aggressive move by him.
He's so strong both to his left. Of course, he's left-handed, so the Czechs have to prevent that.
Jelinek steps back for the 3, and Huška gets the rebound. Move 14 and gets it to Ruban again, takes some contact. And the Czechs battle. Oh, look at that hustle from Huška. You know, you're getting some excellent play from Huška, from Ruban coming off the bench.
I mean, they are providing a big-time spark there in the game today for Coach Ginsberg.
I mean, you know, effort. Look at that. Little things like that that aren't going to show up in the stat sheet.
That's hustle.
Huška. Oh, what a player he is today. Great shot.
He is stroking. He wasn't even thinking twice about not taking that shot when he thought himself open after the out-of-bounds play.
He says, I want to go to a FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. Let's win this game. There it is. Excuse me, Pejnaars drives in, but Meyers with the rebound, puts it up and in. And that time Welsh, I don't know, just a miscommunication. It was just right into his hands. Meyers asking for it. Now he goes to work against Huška. And Huška fouls.
I thought that Welsh thought that Huška had him pinned on his back, was looking for the lob pass, but then kind of Huška gave up. This is the post up by Meyers on the other side. And there's some jousting going there between Meyers and Huška. A lot of physical contact.
You know Pavel Huška pretty well?
Yep.
Good player. And there he goes.
I mean, he's played most of his career off the bench after joining Limburg about 3-4 years ago.
Harris picks up his second foul. He doesn't seem to be making quite the same impact that he did. And right now, this Latvia team's in a funk, and Bagaskas was just putting his face in his hands, just frustrated. Nice pass again, and a foul on Meyers.
And he's making some hard fouls there on Pavel Huška. Then he kind of pushed off Shield. Did you see that contact after the play? That's also a bit of frustration.
Well, you've got a guy coming off the bench for the opposition who's basically taking this to the cleaners right now. You've got Ruban and Huška who are really carrying the Czechs. And that's important as well when you've got Satoransky on the bench with 2 fouls.
And Vesely, I mean, this is
catching a blow.
It's absolutely crucial there for Coach Ginsberg if he wants to have a chance to win this game. Because we saw that the Czechs are a completely different team if Vesely and Satoransky are on the floor or if they're on the bench.
Painters drives in, back outside to Maheris. Inside it goes to Maris. Now Blooms for three. Blooms hasn't really been stroking it in this Eurobasket.
And you know he's a capable shooter.
Hoska backs up Tema. And, oh, a traveling call.
How is that one possible?
Well, Hoska looks and says, okay. Chalk one up for Latvia there. Here we go.
Where's the travel? I don't see that.
Well, tough call on Hoska, but those things will even out. Raymond is back in the game. There's a tall point guard, isn't he, Painters? Over to Blooms. And Hoska, another rebound for him. Ruban out on the outlet pass. And Ruban goes right to the basket and draws the foul.
And that was a risky play there by Ruban because he was going 1 against 3. There was absolutely nobody going behind him to have a chance at the offensive rebound for the Czechs.
He's fearless, though, attacking the basket. So watch this again. Ruban with a three.
Well, shake and bake. But that's what he can do. He's wiry, he's fast. Wojtek Ruban in the open court. That is his strength.
A little flick at the end. And it's a 9-point lead for the Czechs. They'll be at the line as well. So Latvia had the great start, but now struggling mightily. Their biggest lead of the game.
Look at the shooting percentage. Yes. Latvia was dominating that category there early on in the first quarter.
Dropping and dropping, isn't it?
Now it's Czech 64-52. Bench scoring. We spoke a lot about bench scoring not being really there in the last 2 games for the Czech Republic, but it is happening today. And that's a great news because you really can give rest to Satoransky and Vesely and save them later on for the game. I think that Coach Ginsberg is going to keep them on the bench for as long as possible.
Seconds remaining in the second quarter of this game. The score: Latvia 27, Czech Republic 36.
I'm really surprised, George. I didn't know at this stage if the Czechs would be able to come out and compete with this Latvia team, because at times Latvia have looked really good.
But they bounced back early. We said the entry to the game at around the 5th minute, he just started to turn the game around. I think if the Latvians kept the lid on the game longer, it would have been much more difficult for the Czechs to come back.
It's interesting that the Czechs are doing this with the players that they've got on the floor. Welsh puts a hand in the face of Tema. That was big.
That was a tough 3-pointer by Tema. Not great defense by the Czechs, and Tema just knocks down a big 3-pointer.
Yuri Welsh, again, the bounce pass to Hoska.
And this is the problem with the penetration. The Latvians are not stopping the penetration from the outside. Yuri Welsh just really had a hard time, easy time to penetrate the defense. They just dropped it off to Hoska after the defense collapsed.
Harris drives in and is fouled by Schild. You know, got to give the guys credit as well here. Schild has 4 assists already, and Yuri Welsh has 4 assists. Harris. He looks tired today for me. He doesn't have quite the same explosiveness.
Because he played heavy minutes there against Greece yesterday, and he had a very good game. So I think that he spent a lot of his energy yesterday.
Yeah, he missed both. 39-30. Well, the Czechs are would appear to be going past this 50 mark here easily in the first half. Jelinek from the corner. And fouled while shooting the 3-pointer. What a turn of events. Latvia is just getting worse and worse.
And Freeman just put his head down after committing that foul. Look at it right here when he collides with Jelinek. Just goes to the bench.
3 fouls on him. It's just not working right now for the white team. And Jelinek, and I wouldn't be surprised if this Czech team that we see on the floor right now finished the first half if they can just keep it going. Why take them out? Let Sadoronsky sit. Let Vesely sit.
That's going to be the game plan. I mean, we still do have 5.5 minutes to play, so it's a long time. But if there's an option, I'm sure that Coach Ginsberg is going to welcome that with open arms, just to rest his the key players. Those two guys that you just mentioned, they played some heavy minutes in the tournament. Satoransky 34 per game and Vesely 29. So they got a lot of miles there in their legs.
And those guys play hard. I mean, they play, especially Vesely. He gets from end to end. Now Bertans. Well, somebody's really got to pick up this Latvia team. And Maheras back outside. Tima for the long jump shot. And a good effort by Bertans to knock it over to Strelnieks. And Bertans has it taken away by Hojka.
Look at Pavel Hojka just making it all happen with the active hands.
Welsh, the jump shot good!
And it is working for the Czechs. Everybody's getting involved offensively. Even Yuri Welsh off the triple jumper.
Vesely is going to come back in. So, beautiful drive. Charge.
That was the elbow.
Using the elbow.
Pavel Hojka is taking a lot of contact and beating. He's checking his mouth right now. He's coming out of the game, but he's been the man for the Czechs. Pavel Hojka, number 10. Oh, he did. There's no question. The left elbow to the face of Pavel Hojka.
Jelinek had the open shot, passed it up. Nope, now he's going to take it. And good effort from Vesely, but into the hands now of Strelnieks. I guess probably Hojka must have said, I need to come out for a breather. Bertans. Vesely tried to keep it alive. Here we go. Tima goes up for the two-handed jam.
He's an athlete. I said before, watch out for him if he gets it close to the basket on the move. He's going to try to go over the top.
Now into Vesely. He goes up against Berzic. Takes the contact and earns a trip to the line.
That should be number 3 on Berzic, if I'm not mistaken. It is. So we got Freimanis and Berzic, the two big guys from the starting lineup, already in foul trouble both. And look at Tima.
Wow. I think that Bagaskis is probably going to get a technical foul soon because he's really been going at it with the Serbian referee, complaining about the call.
I think it's a tactical thing from Coach Bagatskis because his team is not playing at 100% energy level, so he at least is trying to fire them up by getting a technical.
He was upset with the charge from Bertans. Here he is. Bertans puts it up, and Berzic there for the follow. And even the putback doesn't work for Berzic. He stays in the game despite having 3 fouls. Because you've also got Freimanis with 3 fouls. Now Welsh. Oh, what a play!
Look at the thing.
He went up almost as if to go for an alley-oop and then came back down with it and went back up. Plenty of time for Latvia, but they've got to start playing a little bit more defense. And now throws it right in the hands of Welsh, and Hruban goes up, and good quick hands from Strelnieks. Otherwise, that was going to be a dunk.
That was a defensive recovery at the 12th hour right there by Bertans. Look at it, he just tips it out of hands of Hruban. Otherwise, that would have been easy lane or a dunk.
Good play by Bertans. And Yuri Welsh comes out having really done excellent work for the Czechs. Satoransky back in. And Vesely, there's that little push shot you're talking about.
You saw the quickness right there. He just didn't even set his feet. Immediately after receiving the pass, he goes up. That's so hard for the defense because they don't even turn their heads.
Bertans with 7 on the shot clock. And 3 seconds to call.
30 seconds violation.
Boy, I think the Czechs must feel like they're dotting onto heaven. They're up 17 points here in this vital game.
A partial score in the second quarter is 21-9, but let's not forget, we have seen it so many times in Eurobasket 2015. It is not easy for the teams to close the game. Put it away. Let's not discount the Latvians.
Ruban goes up. And oh, the follow from Jan Vesely.
That's why they call him the Czech helicopter man.
He had those propellers working on that one. Janacek comes up, the biggest lead of the game, 19 points. And a foul called against the Czechs.
But how about the energy level that you're getting from Ruban just penetrating there? Missed it on this one. Oh, it was Satoransky, I'm sorry, but Vesely, I mean, he just makes sure. Oh, it was Ruban. He's a physical specimen.
Well, the first free throw is good for Maris. I mean, for me, the story of the game has been Huška and Ruban, how they've come off the bench and really given this team a lift. And you were wondering if they would struggle without Benda today.
But it sometimes happens. If one of your key guys go down, the team just kind of comes together.
Well, sitting in a zone, and Ruban puts up a 3. Satoransky keeps it alive, and then Vesely knocks it back over to Satoransky. So that was one that Latvia perhaps should have had. Now Ruban back out to Jelinek. 5 on the shot clock. And Jelinek goes to work and puts it up and in.
What a tough drive. I thought he almost lost control of the ball and just backs it in.
I think he did. He's looking at his hands like they're wet. Back to 19 points. Strong drive from Stranieks. And the follow by Mares. And he's fouled. 1:14 to go in the second quarter. And that will be now number 3 on Ruban. But that's okay, I think, for the Czechs. Look at him fighting in there for the rebound.
But if you go back to the possession on the other side, when the Latvians had it in their hands, the Czechs just fought to tip it out.
Yeah,
I think right now it's all about energy level. It's all about attitude. Who's bringing the game?
I'll tell you who it is. It's Ruban. And it's also Huška. And Vesely always brings it, as does Satoransky.
I think you got your mind pretty set for today's game, at least for the first half.
2 points, Martis Meyers.
Meyers out. Berzic, Tima in there for the final minute with Janacek, Bertans, and Stranieks. 17 points is the lead. Satoransky to Pomperla. Over to Jan Vesely, and again that little push shot.
Same thing over and over again. Vesely just roams the inside, gets a pass, go quickly up.
Stranieks for 3. Vesely with the rebound, the helicopter man. Well, this is a stunning lead for the Czechs. And ball goes out of bounds off of Tima. It looked for a minute there like Tima might be able to rally the Latvians, but the Czechs just keep putting pressure on. Remember, this is a team to beat Croatia in what at the time was an upset. And they also fought really hard against Serbia. Jelinek gets in, puts up a little runner. And Janacek puts it up quickly, and Vesely bats it over to Shield, who hands it off to Satoransky. And they're going to hold it for one shot here. Up 19. Oh, alarm bells ringing back in Riga for sure. Satoransky. Jelinek passes up the jumper, hands it off to Vesely, gets it back, puts it up and in. And the Czech Republic go to halftime with their biggest lead of the game, 57-36. And right now, George, they're making it look easy.
Look at the stats right here. If you compare the game, 60 points Latvia allowed against Greece yesterday in the second half. The same story here in the first half of this game. They allowing 57 points to the Czech Republic. So if there's something to be talking about in the Latvian locker room, it is going to be their defense. It is not happening today.
57-36, the Czech Republic on top of Latvia in the battle for 7th place and a spot in the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. Well, it does not make for good viewing there for Latvia. 72% from the floor the Czech Republic is shooting inside the arc. And, you know, they're making it look easy. Just 2 turnovers as well for the Czechs, so not much pressure being applied here by the Latvians. They're getting 7 points from theirs. Vesely has 15 already for the Czechs. So, second half action coming your way. Be sure you're here. We'll be waiting in Lille.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't go too far because we're going to get the reward of the U18 All-Star game that happened a little earlier this afternoon. So don't go too far, we need your claps.
Oui, restez bien avec nous effectivement à l'occasion de cette mi-temps, profitez de ce temps pour en remettre un prix spécial bien sûr pour le meilleur joueur du match. J'espère que vous l'avez suivi tout à l'heure, du match U18 All-Star Game.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had the chance to see the FIBA European U18 All-Star game earlier this afternoon. The best European U18 players played against each other in front of an amazing crowd of 6,000 fans. Team Red beat Team Black 87-82 for the final score. Outstanding player of MVP of the spectacular game was from Team Red, Leonardo Totti from Italy.
Mesdames et messieurs, j'espère que vous avez eu la chance d'assister tout à l'heure au FIBA All-Star Game U18 en début d'après-midi. Les meilleurs joueurs européens de moins de 18 ans se sont affrontés devant un super public de 6000 fans. L'équipe rouge a battu l'équipe noire 87-82. Et le joueur le plus impressionnant et le MVP de ce match spectaculaire jouait dans l'équipe rouge. Il s'agit de l'Italien Leonardo Totti.
The award is presented by the Executive Director of FIBA Europe, Kamil Novak. Please round of applause for the player.
Le directeur exécutif FIBA, Kamil Novak, remet le prix. Voilà, avec vos applaudissements pour accompagner bien sûr le joueur MVP du All-Star Game, l'Italien Leonardo Totti. Et le stade Pierre-Mauroy-Lille Métropole qui se remplit effectivement pour vivre une partie de cette première affiche importante, vous le savez, pour les deux équipes, puisque le vainqueur aura l'occasion d'accéder au tournoi de qualification olympique. Et on est reparti dans l'ambiance, c'est la balance totalement bon pour vivre l'ambiance dans Brésil, l'ambiance Batucala qui investit le terrain maintenant. Et on vous invite bien sûr à prendre le rythme, à taper dans les mains avec eux. On y va, voici la Batucala. Vas-y Frankie, vas-y Frankie, envoie, envoie, envoie. Merci la Batouk, effectivement, une petite note consonance musicale, en tout cas très Brésil. On vous le rappelle bien sûr, hein, le match qui se joue actuellement, eh bien, c'est accéder au tournoi de qualification olympique. Celui qui va gagner accédera, celui qui perdra ne pourra pas profiter de ce tournoi, ne pourra pas aller à Rio pour les Jeux olympiques l'année prochaine.
À la pause de cette rencontre, nous pouvons jeter un œil aux statistiques avec un écart déjà conséquent et beaucoup de points marqués par la République tchèque, 57 points en 20 minutes, dont 15 par le seul Jan Vesely. Le meilleur marqueur côté letton, c'est le joueur numéro 33, Meyers, qui a scoré 7 points. Au niveau des rebonds, Bergins a pris 6 rebonds pendant la première période, Hauska en a pris 5 pour la République tchèque et 5 passes décisives à noter pour Welch du côté de la République tchèque pendant cette première période.
Less than 6 minutes before the beginning of the second half time, and the players are still warming up. 36 for Latvia, 57 for Czech Republic, and the best scorers on the first half was with 15 points of Vesely for Czech Republic and Meyers for Latvia. The best rebounds were made for Huska from Czech Republic and Berzins for Latvia. The best assistants were Welch with 5 for Czech Republic and Berzins again with 2.
Frankie est avec vous hein, dans les tribunes, il se balade. Qu'est-ce qu'il veut, Frankie? Ouais, je crois qu'il a trouvé un copain déjà. Ah, il veut faire, regardez. Voilà ce qu'il va se passer. Il veut vraiment faire un free hug. Free hug. Allez, voilà, regardez, ça c'est magnifique. Regardez ce gros câlin. Bon, Frankie, hein, s'il y a des amateurs de free hug, eh bien, vous êtes les bienvenus. Francky se met à votre disposition et vous propose de vous faire tous les petits câlins que vous souhaitez. Vous avez un petit coup de moins bien. Surtout, vous n'hésitez pas et vous venez faire un gros câlin à l'ami Frankie. Wouhou! Ça, c'était un beau petit câlin. Bravo. Ah, je crois que j'ai un jeune garçon ici qui voudrait faire un petit câlin à Francky là. Francky? Voilà. Free hug. Et c'est parti. Allez, regardez. On fait des câlins. Certains d'autres montrent leur couleur. La République tchèque en l'occurrence. Les drapeaux sont de sortie. Et les fans from Czech Republic sont à l'écran. On va certainement aller chercher tous ceux qui préfèrent aider la Lettonie.
57-36, the Czech Republic on top of Latvia at halftime, and really it's been one-way traffic, especially in that second quarter. The Czechs with Satoransky and Vesely on the bench for a long stretch and getting some much-needed rest were lifted by Pavel Hojka and Wojciech Hruban, and just kind of, open up a big lead. And then once Satoransky and Vesely came back in, they extended it, and it looks really good right now for this Czech Republic team.
Well, I think exactly what you said. It's a good word, a good description. A one-way traffic here in the game for the 7th place. As we said before, a lot is at stake. This is a place at the Olympic Games qualifying tournament, but also automatic qualifying place for the Eurobasket 2017, and it's been all Czechs. Just mentally, they were more ready. First 6 minutes actually was Latvia, but after the first 6 minutes that they had the lead, 6 minutes and 17 seconds to be precise, it was all Czechs. The bench provided that big spark. In the previous 2 losses that the Czechs had, there was not much of a contribution for the bench, but today it's been good for Coach Ginsberg. 26 points scored by the players coming off the bench.
Well, field goal percentage for the Czechs, check. 2-point percentage, 72%, check. The only thing they haven't done well is shoot 3-pointers well, 1 of 5, but then again, Latvia are 1 of 7.
Look at also the scoring. I mean, usually the last few games for the Czechs, it was Vesely and Satoransky did most of the scoring, but now you got contributions also from Auda, Ruban, Hojka, Jelinek. So you got 4 extra players that are actually putting up close to 10 points.
And also foul trouble for Latvia. You've got Berzic with 3 fouls, Frimanis with 3 fouls. You've got Marek Maheris with 2 fouls, and he's looking a bit tired after his exertions yesterday against Greece. So after this game, we'll see the second semifinal between Serbia and Lithuania, but 20 very important minutes to be played here between these two teams.
Eh bien, cette fois-ci, faites ensemble, s'il vous plaît, du bruit!
Second half action underway here in Lille, and the Czech Republic trying to get a quick strike there from Blake Schild. Go to the other end to play defense. And Latvia need to start making some inroads, and they need to start making some inroads right now. Almost turned the ball over. Janečenoks. And the ball goes off of Bloom's hands and out of bounds.
If you just look at the faces of the Latvian players, they don't even know what's going on, because there was an easy pass between the 2 players, but they were very close to each other. And I mean, what a forceful pass there from Janečenoks.
Krumpala feeds Vesely, who's already got 15 points. He turns on the baseline, just releases it softly, but it stays out, and Blooms with the rebound. Berzinch with Vesely coming from behind, knocks it out of bounds.
17 seconds remaining in the 21st second.
I think if the Czechs put it, the difference up to 30 points, I mean, the game could be over right now. If they really play hard in the first 5 minutes, this could happen, but they missed on their first 2 possessions.
Three-pointer no good from Janečinac, and Auda gets the rebound.
And you spoke about it a lot yesterday, about opening the window for the other team. The Czechs can really close it.
Well, Satoranski unable to catch it, and again, Latvia come back. And Blooms puts up the jumper, and Vesely soars high for the rebound.
That's a rebound number 3 for Jan Vesely today.
Pavel Auda takes it to the rack and draws the foul.
He's really enjoyed some productive minutes in the game today. Got to start instead of Petr Benda. Here we see him again on the drive. Petr Benda injured foot from yesterday's game against Italy. Patrick Auda, really, him and Hoška just making the most out of the minutes they're getting from Coach Ginsberg today.
And Jelenic not doing too bad himself either, 7 points. So Auda now goes to 7. Second one is good as well, the left-hander. And the biggest lead of the game, 23 points. Strelnieks. Can the Czechs deliver a knockout punch, or will Latvia come back? Well, Strelnieks misses the layup. Satoranski. That one looked like it had already gone down and it came out. Satoranski left open. And Vesely with the rebound and the putback.
He didn't even come down with that rebound. Just caught it in midair, was challenged by a defender, but somehow finds a way to shoot it.
Janečinac for 3. And Berzinch challenges, but Satoranski again. And now the alley-oop pass from Blake Schild to Jan Vesely.
And right now the Czech team is just having a great time playing together. Look at that pass by Schild, that was right on the money. He knew that Vesely was taking off on the weak side.
5 assists for Schild. 19 points for Jan Vesely. And with emphasis on this one, hangs on the rim just a little bit longer. He is on top of the world. It's 63-36, the Czechs. Timma, Bertans, Janečinac, Berzinch, and Strelnieks now will be on the floor for Latvia. They do have moments here, the Latvians. Well, I mean, it's kind of the way they play. You do see some huge swings in their games, don't you? And they can get up off the canvas really quickly, but we're not really seeing any signs of that happening. So 63-36, the Czechs with Vesely. Vesely does not complete the three-point play. Strelnieks in the corner where he's guarded by Satoranski. Now the pass knocked away by Satoranski, and Vesely then commits the foul on Strelnieks. Watch this.
Vesely knew that he was. The Latvians had a good chance there to put the ball close to the basket. It was like 4 and 3.
First foul on Vesely, so not a problem. Blue 24. Janicic. And passes to Berzic, but he doesn't catch it. And Berzic looks at his teammate as if to say, I thought you were shooting it. And the look of concern there from both of those Latvian fans. Look at this. And the steal by Strelnieks, and finally something positive happens here for Latvia in the second half.
They at least bring up the pressure. They try to change the momentum of the game. They have to start with the ball pressure.
Alda over to Vesely, and the quick little jump shot. What must the people back home in the Czech Republic be thinking about this?
This is just a complete disarray there by the Latvians.
Unbelievable, they just turned it over.
No pressure on the inbound pass, and Tima just throws it out of bounds. But again, how fast was the shot by Jan Vesely?
Watch this. Unbelievable. Well, he comes out to take a seat. Tima Vesgavars in the game, as well as Marek Maheris. Patrick Alda floats in, and Maheris with the rebound. And another turnover, just a needless turnover.
Now it's a question of how long Bagatski is going to keep his starters on there, because it has to be frustrating. But look at Bertans. I mean, he's had a superb tournament, but the ball just slips out of his hand. Do you keep the starters in there, or do you go with the supporting cast?
I think you go, well, he does have some supporting cast out there right now with Vesgavars. Pomperla, but yeah, I hear what you're saying.
I would go with Peinars.
Well, Peinars is ready. There he goes, Alda, fouled again by Berzic. I mean, he's not going to have a choice with the big man, because that's 4 fouls now on Berzic.
But also with the guards, I mean, you still got Bertans there and Strelnieks. I think that Peinars was pretty good there in the first half when he came on.
Czech Republic returning number 7, Wojtek Kulban replacing Blake Schilba.
4 fouls on Berzic, 3 on Bertans, 3 on Fremanis, trailing by what could be 29 points if he makes both of these. No inroads being making. It's getting worse before it gets better for the Latvians, and Nino Ginsberg's thinking this is not a bad situation for us to be in.
And I'm sure he's also thinking about closing the game. He's waiting for the final buzzer. He knows how quickly this Latvian team just can explode.
And the drive, and I think Vesely just literally hit the ball to row C, I think. And the ball has now been thrown back out onto the court.
I'm not sure what happened to that play.
Watch this. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Just swung up the ball and hit it to a fan. Strelnieks drives in and somehow scores despite the long arms of Vesely being extended. We're back to a 27-point deficit for Latvia. Satoransky drives in, difficult shot. I think he probably likes his chances of making that, but Latvia gets the rebound, bring it back. Bertans puts up a 3. And Berzic gets the rebound, has it knocked out of his hands.
And Berzic is not a happy camper. He collected an offensive rebound, and he thought he was going to have an easy lay-in. Look at it one more time right here.
Back into the game for
again, just loses the ball.
So Yuri Welsh comes back into the game for Pomperla. If you look at this shot here by Strelnieks, somehow he got that over Vesely. Maheras. Kind of a fadeaway, and that was short. And I think the coach has heard you. Bagatskis is going to bring Carlos in. And Welsh falls down. Alda now dribbles with 10 on the shot clock. Welsh, alley-oop pass! Oh, and Vesely missed that one. Well, he's a dunking machine, isn't he?
Well, he caught it, and then he switched to his right hand, and it was in midair.
Alda picks up the foul. So 4 minutes remaining now in the third quarter. Berzic popping it out down there with Alda. Good defense.
And the Czechs already managing the clock. Not rushing anything, understandably.
Satoransky spins, gets inside, puts it up, and goes to the line for a possible three-point play. And Carlos, who just came in, that is a difficult assignment for him. Look at this.
Absolutely, he's just overmatched with the athleticism of Satoransky with his size and also experience. Carlos just really getting difficult defensive assignment. One-on-one isolation, I mean, there was nothing he could have done.
And don't look now, but Hojska's back in for Vesely, so he continues to play as he did in the first half. That's good news. Vesely's getting some treatment. So this will be the biggest lead of the game. So 30 points. So remarkable how this just hasn't worked today for Latvia. I would have thought they would have started as favorites today. Shows how much I know. And now Satoransky takes it. Loose ball, and oh, a little showtime for Satoransky.
And he's smiling on the bench. He's like saying, oh, my legs are too tight. I could do the double pump reverse catch. The guys are giving him a hard time right
I guess this is always a possibility, isn't it, at the end of a tournament, a team like Latvia to come out and have a game like today?
After 2 losses, I think this really is a probability because you have to bounce back from 2 losses. You have to play 9th game in 12 days. This is not easy.
I remember, you see the points in the paint. Yeah, you can remember numerous examples. Italy ran out of steam 2 years ago in Slovenia. I remember in 2007, France had a great team. There's the dunk from Satoransky again. I remember France had a great team, but they lost to Russia in the quarterfinals and ended up losing a couple more games. They didn't make it to the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament in 2008. I think the Czech Republic will fall in love with this national team.
Well, they've played some very good basketball. High up-tempo, passing, involving everybody. I think it's been fun for this group of guys and also for the fans in the Czech Republic to watch their team.
And now the inbounds pass gets away from Carlos, but Maheras dives on the floor to get it back. And now it's like a pinball, and Welsh ends up collecting it. And it just goes from bad to worse for the Latvians. Alda. And Carlos went in for the rebound. Painter's on the ground. The rebound comes up, and again it's going to be Hojska, and it's going to be a jump ball. And the Czechs not giving anything away.
What is now going through Coach Bagatskis' mind? We see him here on the screen. I mean, this has to be so difficult for him to coach this game. He's been at the helm of the Latvian national team since 2010, and he's done a very good job. Also a frustration because they're one of the host nations there for the group stage. So this is not an easy way for them to go out of the tournament, or to finish the tournament.
No, not at all. Especially knowing that they beat the Czechs the first time as well. So the jump ball possession arrow brings it back to Latvia. 32 points is the lead. And the Ruban picks up foul number 4.
Personal foul number 7 from Czech Republic, Wojtek Kulban. His fourth
Satoransky
personal
is going to come
foul.
out. Jelenic is going to come
Substitution.
in.
Returning number 12, David Jelenic, replacing Thomas Satoransky.
Carlos puts up a 3. And good effort there from Ayers. And draws the foul.
And as you said, nothing easy. The Czechs are not giving up any easy points there for the Latvians. Yeah, the Latvians scored only 4 points in this quarter. The partial score is 15-4. Look at that, in 7 minutes they have been able to put up only 4 points.
Look at that Czech bench.
Is that all smiles?
That's a good place to be right now, isn't it, if you're a Czech?
How about if you look on the other side?
You don't want to go anywhere near the Latvian bench right now. Looks of doom and gloom. Well, Maris gets the free throws, gets it back to a 30-point deficit. That's right, I said 30-point deficit. Now the full court pressure. Pomperla breaks it across midcourt. Hands off to Welsh. Welsh bounce pass, and Pomperla gets it. Passes back outside to Jelenic. Jelenic for 3. Good!
He's a stringy shooter. If he gets going, he can score a lot of points in a hurry. One-on-one situation. He just created a shot for himself.
You know, looking at this Czech roster and thinking about who might be available next year for the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament, what do you know about Welsh? Is he going to continue playing?
I think he said that if that's going to be the case, he's not going to hang it up, which he said he was going to if the Czechs didn't qualify for the tournament.
Painters pushes off with his elbow to get Welsh out of the way.
I think the biggest question mark for the Czechs for next summer is the contract ends there with Fenerbahce Istanbul for Jan Vesely, and the contract with FC Barcelona ends for Tomáš Satoransky. So those are the 2 huge question marks that there's going to be.
Can they play if they're not under contract?
To be resolved. And you know that both of them could be possibly looking at the NBA.
That's right. Alda hands it off to Hojska. But you know, the chance to qualify for the Olympics would be enticing, wouldn't it? Eight on the shot clock. Painters puts up a shot, gets the rebound back, puts it up and in.
2 points for Latvia, Janis Painters.
33 points is the lead. Hard to believe they went up by 35. Alda gets on the baseline, puts it up and in.
It is a clinic in the post there by Patrick Alda.
The basket is good. And the foul on number 23.
Goes against Carlos. Takes the mismatch. Look at it, hesitation, step through.
His second personal foul.
Over Meyers. Man, this is a tough game for the Latvians. Almost, I don't know what to say.
No, it's after having the type of game that we had the last 2 nights. Lithuania winning against Italy, and then yesterday watching Spain beat France, and just 2 incredible, thrilling contests.
Both in overtime.
Wow. Hojska playing D and a foul called.
Personal foul number 10 from Czech Republic, Pavel Hauska.
Well, he's certainly going to feel good about his game after this one. After this performance, Hojska.
1 point.
He had some good moments as well 2 years ago, Hojska. And Celia, I thought. I got to watch all of their games.
I mean, he's an outside shooter with also a post-up game. But if his outside shot is falling, then he's really dangerous.
With Barton in the game. And what about Barton? Would he consider sticking around for the Olympic qualifying tournament?
Well, I think so. If he makes the team, I think he's going to be available.
Welsh over to Barton. Pumpula spins, gets inside, and Pumpula travels.
Against Pavel Pumpula. 25.2 seconds to go.
Final 15 seconds of the third quarter. Escobar gets inside, has the shot blocked by Jelena, gets it back. Now Welsh, and it's going to be Pumpula. He's going to get there just in time. No, I don't think he did get it off in time. They're going to look at it. They're going to look at it.
That's going to be close.
Can't blame him for trying, but I think the red light went up before it went out of his hand. Here we go. Look at this. He goes up. And it did not get off. Just a split second too late. (80-45), the Czech Republic on top of Latvia. 68% shooting for the Czechs, 44% now for Latvia. Remember how easily they were scoring early on? It looked like it might be a long day for this Czech team.
Look at the tally. It's 21 for the Czech, only 9 for Latvia. You see that the team Czech Republic is just having great time playing with each other. They're sharing the ball, making an extra pass. It's almost like a mantra for any coach to get all the teammates involved and play some fun up-tempo basketball.
That was one of the great plays right early in the second half. The Blake Schill pass to Vesely.
That was a difficult pass by Blake Schill because he caught it in midair and he threw the alley-oop pass. What a great play there by Schill.
And you like Schill in this team for next year?
He's so versatile. I mean, he can play 1, 2, 3, even 4 positions. He can shoot it from the outside. He can dribble the ball, bring it up. He's really valuable.
That was a dunk from Saturansky. So Saturansky and the Czech Republic in complete command. Sarina's come into the game, number 13 in the left corner. Now Jelenic almost over and back, but Hushko puts up a three, and Maheras with the rebound. So Latvia try to, I guess at this point you just play for pride, don't you? You got to get out and just try to chip away. Maheras goes up and draws the foul. You know, it's hard enough to score 35 points in a quarter. In normal circumstances, but they're trailing by 35 points. So not only would they have to score 35, they would have to shut out the Czechs. It seems an impossible task, doesn't it?
Unless you put a lid on the Czech rim. I don't see it happening. And I think the message is clear. If you look at the Latvian side, they have conceded this game because they went with Carlins, Painters. A lot of the guys that haven't seen much of time in the tournament.
Oh, the turnover there. There's Painters.
Vedzvagar is also there, number 19. So
what was that call? I didn't see it.
I think it was a steal by Painters or reception there.
Did he step out of bounds?
Yeah, he did. Okay. When he started the fast break. Look at it.
That's what it was. So Saturansky still in the game. Vesely on the bench. And almost steal there. And it was Barton puts up the three and throws it.
That is his favorite corner. Actually, if you remember Eurobasket 2013, this is the exact same spot where he beat Poland, that last second shot.
Look at the defense from Jelinek. I mean, they're actually, Jelinek rather, they're still playing hard on defense, aren't they?
That's what happens if you have fun playing basketball. It's contagious from offense to defense.
Look at that. And Serena, and that is almost unsportsmanlike. Would you be tempted to take Satoransky out of the game now? Absolutely. Not to suggest, you know, he's going to get hurt or anything, but the game's in hand. So look at that, the steal, and easy basket for Latvia. So Satoransky with the turnover. Satoransky gets it inside, wrap around over to Jelinek, and the shot no good. Hits it back, puts it up. This time short again. Now, is Ginsburg going to coach a club? Is he going to coach a club, or is he just going to?
Yeah, he's signed with Limburg. So he's going back to club,
and he'll still be able to retain the reins. Oh, nice effort there by Painters.
Well, after this result of 2015 Eurobasket, I see the only option there for the Czech Basketball Federation is contract.
So he's not actually under contract yet. When you look back at their Eurobasket, what is the performance, the signature performance for them?
Well, it has to be against Croatia. They went up against Croatia 30 points. I mean, you're talking about upset cities. It was 33-63 if I'm not mistaken.
They're a team that if you do not come ready to play, they will smoke you. And they've done it twice, haven't they? They've done it to the Croatians that you just mentioned, and here they're doing it to Latvia. Full court pressure. And Barton's pass thrown behind Serena. Carlos puts up a three. Harris with the rebound, hands it off to Tima. Full court pressure still. And that pass almost picked off. And Satoransky throws up and draws the foul on the Harris.
You know what I like about the Latvians? They just stay with it, with the pressure. You saw it against the Greeks. It was like 40 seconds or 20 seconds left, and it was still, the game was well over, and they just kept playing the full court press. They kept fouling. They just do play till the end.
So Hunchka takes a seat, and Vesely comes back in.
One point, Satoransky.
I think they're going to control the score there for a couple more minutes, and then really the reserve's going to take over.
Well, it's back to Harris. Pass to the corner. Painters. There's the ball knocked out of his hands by Satoransky. He has to put up a desperation shot. And Lubos Barton gets it, goes behind his back. And Painters went for the steal and doesn't get it. Serena. Good work from the Czechs. Vesely gets it. Another dunk for Jan Vesely. How many dunks is that for him today? I can remember at least 5.
He does shoot some high percentage shots.
He was going for the steal there. Painters hits the side of the backboard.
And look at the tally of points for Vesely in the last 4 games. 20, 23, 26, 23 today. A game is not over yet.
The latest dunk.
And for Latvia, but
look at that. That's a familiar sight, isn't it? Seeing Jan Vesely up there hanging on the rim. I was at the AfroBasket and I saw Nigeria shatter the backboard about a month ago. There's Popola, he goes up for the dunk. So thankfully we haven't seen any backboards shattered because that causes delays. 87-53. And Barton up ahead to Sorina. And alley-oop, and down to Satoransky. Another high-flying act. And they're just piling on the misery right now for this Latvian team.
But did you see how high Satoransky went up for that alley-oop dunk? I mean, he was way up there. His head was almost touching the rim. I want to see a replay on that.
Barcelona has got an exceptional talent among the squad. Their assist-to-turnover ratio, 25 assists for the Czechs, just 9 turnovers, 12 assists, and 18 turnovers for Latvia.
That is not good.
I mean, it's ridiculous, that Czech three-point shooting. They should do better. In a game like today, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't do justice. Let's hope for a better angle. Right here. Oh. He's an athlete. Him and Vesely. What a duo, huh?
How many centimeters above the rim? Look at that. And he says, that's the way to share the ball, Sorina. Thank you.
5 minutes and 55 seconds to go the fourth quarter of this game. Latvia 53, Czech Republic 89. 5 minutes 55 à jouer. Lettonie 53, République tchèque 89.
Well, Ginsburg is leaving Vesely out there along with Satoransky. Painters, Escobars, and there's a three-pointer. 33 points the advantage. Inside it goes to Vesely. He had a couple players hanging on him. There's a trip to the free throw line.
For the national team from Latvia, the personal foul is on the
Does Vesely look like he's gotten better at the free throw line, or is that still a struggle for him?
I think it's a mental aspect, because if you look at his form, it is not bad. I mean, he's got the soft wrists. But for some reason, I mean, he just really struggles at the free throw line, shooting around 50% for his career. If he improves that, you know, if you consider how many times he gets fouled in the game, that would elevate his game.
Well, remember how Pau Gasol made, what, 15 of 17 last night?
Yep.
14 of 16 at the line. And Satoransky gets the ball. Again, the Czechs. And his pass intercepted. Painters gets it over to Escobars. Under 5 minutes to go in the game. Painters drives in, puts it up, and Vesely knocked it off the rim, out of bounds. He just plays above the rim, doesn't he? Look at this.
And he gets there quickly.
He's incredible. He's just a tremendous talent.
Do you think Fenerbahce Istanbul's got a good one in him?
Seems like there would be clubs lining up for his signature, that's for sure. Carlos, three-pointer, that's another one for him. 90-59. Will we see the Czechs reach 100 points? That's the question. Up to Lubos Barton, and just lays it up and in. The long-time Czech national team players, like you, played college basketball in America. He played at Valparaiso in Indiana.
What a resume he had after going to play ball professionally in Europe. Italy, Spain.
Painters draws the foul.
Czech Republic also, with Nymburk, a few years.
He's also had to overcome his share of injuries.
Won the EuroLeague title with Barcelona in Paris.
On the free throw line for Latvia, Janis Painters.
His head was about to hit the rim. He was up there looking for that ball to get hung up on the rim. He was going to knock it off. Have you ever seen a talent like Vesely?
In Europe, I just got a hard time imagining better physical talent than Jan Vesely in my days.
Well, Pennis did a good job of taking that away. And Lubo Spartan collects it. Spartan kind of has a reputation as a big three-point shooter, doesn't he? He's off there. Wesley's 25 years of age. And a foul. It's not, you know, this Czech team is not really young. Jelinik's 25. You've got Barton is 35. Pavel Hushka is 31. Yuri Wells 35. Satoransky is 23, so that's good news. He'll be around for a while. Wojciech Hruban is 26. Krumpel is 29. Out is 26. So Venda's 33. Painters. And misses. No, back inside it goes, and Janis Tema puts it up and in. You know, from a long-range perspective, you would think that Latvia might have more options coming through. I don't know about the talent pool in the youth ranks for the Czech Republic. So they want to capitalize on this while they can. Here it is, Serena. Satoransky puts up a three, and that's off the rim. Lubos Barton gives it to Krumpela, and he has a chance for a three-point play.
Boy, I like the roll there for Krumpela. If you think about it, so many plays just lack of luck there for the Latvians, and everything goes right for the Czechs. I mean, all the rolls, all the bounces, everything just went the Czech way. Look at the three-point by Satoransky, missed, pass, and lane. And finally, Vesely and Satoransky come off. I was actually waiting for that.
Yeah, I thought they were going to come out a couple minutes ago, at least, if not 5. In any event, Out is out there. Barton, Krumpela, Serena, and Hruban. So, George, it's been a real convincing win here for the Czech Republic. I think we can go ahead and say they're going to win this thing, up 95-63. And Barton takes the three, and it's always good to leave a tournament on the back of a win, but especially a win that gets you to a FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. So put that into context for us here regarding the Czech Republic and what it means for that basketball, for basketball in that country to get to the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. You know, what their expectations were coming in here.
Well, I think that their expectation was to make it out of the group. They felt pretty good about themselves, even though they won only 2 games out of 9 preparation. But they said that the basketball that they presented in those games, even as the losses, was good. The confidence inside of the team was good, and he showed what they accomplished here. So as you said, they're going to leave the tournament on a good note, on a positive note. And the bonus is that they have something for next summer. That's for sure. The Olympic Games qualifying tournament and a spot for the 2017 Eurobasket. That's a double bonus.
Yeah, and that's crucial, isn't it? Sort of keep the pressure off. So the Czech Republic putting the finishing touches on a rather convincing win. Johannes knocks it out of bounds, 95-66. And what's interesting is how the game started, because see Lubos Barton, the veteran, coming out. Look at that. Those are some hugs. So you think he might come back if he can make the team?
I think so. I mean, he's a competitor. I mean, it's a question of where he's going to sign for the next club season. I think he doesn't have a contract yet.
Hruban pulls up, shoots the jumper, and it's good. 97-66. Are they going to get to 100? That's what I want to know.
You are just obsessed with the century mark.
I do. It's kind of the sign of huge scoring day, isn't it? Harris lays it up. And I guess Latvia are going to leave this tournament disappointed. They finally got to the quarterfinals for the first time since 2001.
And they had a very inspirational win over Slovenia I thought after that, their confidence was sky high. That was a good game by them in the 8th final.
Crumpler for 3. He's going for it, but it looks like they're not going to get it now.
So everybody's disappointed on the Czech bench.
So plenty of hugs. Hugs all around. Look at that. What does that mean?
That's taking care of business.
Maris over to Fremanis. And Timo gets that last tip in. So 97 to 70 is the final score. And it's all about mission accomplished, really, for the Czech Republic. They will go to the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. And they finished 7th. And they also qualified for the Eurobasket in 2017.
You see it right here, this is a big accomplishment.
Big accomplishment for the coaches as well, isn't it? Well, complete domination there from the stats. We'll let you look at those. It's been a long Eurobasket for both of these teams. I'm guessing that this Czech Republic team is going to be in pretty fine fettle tonight. Will they come back and watch the game here tonight, or do you think they'll go out in town? Just have a good time, have a party at the hotel?
I don't know, but it's great to see these guys celebrate. They really put it out on the floor, all out the 9 times in 12 days. I mean, hats off to these guys. They just really did something special for their country and for basketball in their country.
I think you got to. I think you said it all. 9 times in 12 days. It's a tough tournament, and they have left with something priceless. 2 qualifications, 1 for the Olympic qualifying tournament and 1 for Eurobasket 2017. So as you look at the final highlights here of Jan Vesely dunking it, they win it one last time, 97 to 70 over Latvia.
Semi-final with Serbia playing Lithuania. I think you're all coming down in this arena to enjoy the game. So the new challenge for the people that just, for the players that just qualified now, they're going to go maybe to Rio in 2016, right?
Effectivement, Sandy, on connaît maintenant une nouvelle équipe qualifiée pour le tournoi de qualification olympique. Ce sera la République tchèque qui rejoint donc l'Italie et la Grèce qui s'étaient qualifiées hier. Dans quelques instants, la nouvelle demi-finale, la deuxième, la dernière, qui opposera la Serbie à la Lituanie. Nous saurons donc qui affrontera l'Espagne en finale, mais également qui affrontera l'équipe de France dans le match pour la médaille de bronze.
Have a little refreshment, manger un petit quelque chose, on vous attend d'ici moins de 45 minutes maintenant. Les joueurs vont faire leur entrée sur le terrain dans un quart d'heure pour commencer à s'échauffer. Et j'entends déjà quelques petits, enfin voilà, beaucoup de bruit pour les 2 équipes. Déjà, Pierre, tu es avec la Batucada, je crois, pour nous dire au revoir.
Oui, justement, et cette ambiance Batucada, on l'apprécie particulièrement. On va en profiter une nouvelle fois ce soir parce que voilà, c'est tout simplement magique, magnifique. Et puis il y a cette petite consonance, ambiance Brésil, ambiance Rio, donc ambiance olympique pour l'année prochaine. La Batucada pour clore ce premier match et dans l'attente, bien sûr, de cette deuxième demi-finale. Régalez-vous.
À tout à l'heure, il y a beaucoup de choses de prévues sur la deuxième demi-finale.